Are video games stopping you from being a bad mamba jamba? Let's talk about it. What's up, human beings? Welcome back to another discussion video on the Games Groceries channel. And we're going to be talking about a video where he's talking about video game addiction. I'll let him make the intro.
What's going on, my friends? It's your boy, Said. In this video, I'm going to talk about video game addiction.
So it's your boy...
Said.
Said. Okay, cool. What's up, Said? I'm Adam. This is Liz. Cool. Glad that we got to know each other. So he's going to be talking about video game addiction and how it's stopping you from being an inspiring human being because it's stopping you from achieving your dreams, your goals, because you're a gamer. So before I go forward, comment down below, question of the day. What are your goals in life? What are you trying to accomplish? And are video games helping you accomplish those dreams? Are video games helping you accomplish your goals in life? And I want to discuss that with you in the comments. So comment down below. That's the question of the day. And also, as always, I have his video linked in the description down below and right here. Very importantly, all conversation is coming from conversations on both sides. So I want you to watch his video in full and then come back to ours so that you know the context, because context matters in conversation. So let's jump into his video.
I am an ex-video game addict, okay? I had PS1, I had PS2, I had PS3, I still have PS3, okay? And my addiction phase on PS3 involved Modern Warfare 2. And I can tell you all about Modern Warfare 2 and the campers and the snipers.
So again, he's going off of Call of Duty. Again, not trying to say if you only play Call of Duty, you're not a gamer, but I feel like he hasn't really explored other gaming habits, right? And he starts talking about how there's snipers and there's campers and it got you frustrated, and he just tried to play it every single day. And I agree with that. Multiplayer games can totally get you addicted in that lifestyle.
Something to keep in mind on that, though, is that games like Call of Duty are meant to binge.
Yeah.
You're meant to, that's what it's designed to do. It's designed to keep you going. Like, let me play more, let me get to the next level, let me do this. And that's why I think it is usually called upon when when you're talking about addictive video games.
Yeah.
Because it is meant to do that, but I still believe there's that fine line of, like, are you really addicted, or are you just playing a game that's meant to be played for hours on end?
I just want to know how old he was when he started playing this game, because he looks to be around my age. And when Modern Warfare 2 came out, I believe it came out when I was in high school. In high school, yeah, all the time in the world, honestly. So I want to know what his definition was, what his hours are put in to say that he was addicted to Modern Warfare 2.
So I know all about video games, okay? Now, I don't play much video games anymore. Here and there, here and there with friends, sometimes,
So also he listed Call of Duty, Black Ops, FIFA, and then he just said, so I know all about video games. And again, with these arguments, they say like, well, I've played Overwatch, I played Call of Duty, I played Grand Theft Auto, so I've played every single video game. Mm-hmm. And you don't. The other point I wanted to touch on is that he says, I used to play video games, now I don't as much. Sometimes I do with my friends. It's very similar to someone who used to drink. I don't drink that much anymore. Maybe sometimes when I'm going to a barbecue and my friends are getting a couple 6-packs, maybe a 40, I don't know, maybe a keg of Jaeger, I don't know. A keg of Jaeger. Yikes.
Ow.
He's starting to associate this with kind of a bad habit of drinking, and later on he's going to talk about it's comparative to smoking cigarettes. So he's kind of comparing this to bad habits such as smoking and drinking and drugs. And again, he's not the only one to hold this opinion. This opinion is with a lot of people, as we've discussed in these commentary videos, that they associate video games with bad habits.
Just like in previous videos, it's been compared to, I believe, drinking before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's been compared to
drugs
and prison.
Yeah.
So,
solitary confinement.
It's just another link in the chain of people comparing video games to bad habits and other taboo subjects.
Yeah. So let's move forward in this video.
How did I stop? Okay. And again, games are not evil, man. I still have a soft spot for games, to be honest. Okay? They're not evil, man. Like, you know, you don't have to completely quit them. But maybe at this point in your life, you know, different stages in your life, maybe you're in for a phase where you quit completely. See, I used to smoke cigarettes for like 3-4 years, okay? And I had to completely quit smoking cigarettes for like a year and a half, 2 years, just to get that self-discipline again. Now, I can smoke a cigarette and it's fine. I smoke like, you know, if there's a friend that I know that I haven't seen in a while and like he smokes, you know, I'll just be like, here, I'll light one or something, right?
First off, no.
That is not how you should handle cigarettes.
Cigarettes are designed with nicotine in mind to get you addicted again, right? So there's never a good time to pick up cigarettes again. You don't have that kind of discipline. It all has to do with your chemical imbalance in your brain that nicotine introduces to yourself. So argument over, rant over about that. Now, he says like maybe you're in a phase whether you need to drop gaming for a year and a half so that you build the discipline back up. I will agree. Maybe people are in that phase. Maybe people need to do that. But to say that if you play Call of Duty, if you play FIFA, then you know all about games, you're probably addicted to video games. You know, start to drop video games because you're not a child anymore. You need to drop it like your cigarettes you've got in your mouth.
I actually do like how he said, he's like, I'm not against video games. Like, video games are not evil.
Right.
And I like that he pointed that out because so many of these arguments that we watch and we commentate on, they're just demonizing video games.
Yeah.
Whereas this guy's genuinely saying, I think this is honestly one of the first, like, truly genuine that I felt it was a genuine argument.
Head, buddy.
That it was a genuine argument from this person that, you know, he genuinely says, he's like, I don't think video games are evil. He's like, video games are great. I love video games.
Yeah.
But maybe you are in a time of your life that you feel you're playing it too much. He's just saying, me personally, they were taking over, and this is how I fixed it.
So, Saeed, what else do you have to say for us?
Same thing with gaming. Maybe you are at a stage in your life where you need to completely quit. But if you have the self-discipline, then maybe you just need to take it down. In any case, the solution to this video game epidemic, this video game addiction, okay, is get a vision for yourself, brother, okay? Get some kind of a vision for yourself. What do you want to be? What do you want to be, bro? What do you want to be?
So again, he's starting to say that the reason why you need to put down video games is because you need to drop them so you can become something even greater than what you are right now. However, I would like to be a gaming YouTuber, so maybe I should pick up gamings more. Or maybe you're a game developer. Maybe you want to do something with video games, right? He starts to say that maybe you want to be an inspiring person, the next Martin Luther King Jr. What do you want to be? What's your legacy? And it's just kind of like, not everybody wants to be a leader, an inspirer.
And yes, if you want to be a CEO of a company,
sure,
or you want to, you know, be the mayor, or do something that involves your all, then yeah, maybe video games isn't the best, you know, way to spend your time when you're building that up.
Yeah.
But for us, especially me, because I didn't play a ton of video games before we started this, I need to pick up more video games to get where I want to go, because I want to go here.
So all he's trying to say is that don't drop video games because you're addicted just for the sake of addiction. But if you really have zero vision for your life, then maybe that's the time to quit, quote unquote, video games, because you need to drop that and focus on your own life. So I do agree with him to say that if you don't have a vision, and I know a lot of my kids, like in youth group, I ask them all the time, what's your definition of success? What do you want to be when you grow up? What's your vision in life? And most of them don't know. And I'm not expecting them to say, I want to be a criminal justice lawyer and have a specific mind, but they don't really have a vision, and they're in 10th, 11th grade, and they have to start thinking about, like, what are you good at? What do you want to do, right? So I do agree that if you're only focused on gaming and you have zero interest in and you have zero interest to progress in life, I understand that. But that doesn't mean that all gamers don't have a vision. going on another example, I know a lot of gamers who have a lot of vision in their life, but they play games just to relax.
And that's what I was going to say, was that, you know, you can still have vision and drive and be working towards your goals and still play video games. And I think he would agree with that too.
Right.
Because he is really just talking about, like, you're playing video games too much.
Yeah.
You know, if video games are standing in your way, maybe it's time to step back a bit.
Yeah.
You know? And he's not saying you have to quit cold turkey. He's saying maybe you can just step back. He's like, for me personally, I needed to quit cold turkey to moderate it.
Otherwise, you're just gonna keep playing video games, and you're never gonna find your passion in life. You're never gonna find what you're meant here to do, okay? And you're never gonna self-actualize, and you'll always be running around aimlessly, without a purpose, right? And you'll just be taken by the opinions of people, by the opinions of this, and you'll never feel happy and satisfied and fulfilled from the inside, okay? And you'll always be getting killed by campers, which is annoying as okay? So, you know, if you wanna, again, man, it's not evil. Video games are not evil. Video game addiction is not evil. You don't have to stop completely. But again, sometimes you do. Sometimes if the addiction is too much, sometimes you literally just have to go cold turkey, right? Start introspection. Start writing down your thoughts. Start experimenting with different things.
So then he starts to say that the purpose of dropping video games for a little while is to experiment in life and trying to pick up a sport, trying art, just trying to pick up something else in your life to find that passion. And again, maybe your passion is games. There are speedrunners in games that create a career out of that. There are game developers. There are gaming YouTubers, right? There are passions about video games, right? And it can lead to a career. But if you're just playing video games, then he says, okay, drop that for a second, right? Just for a little bit, and then go explore other hobbies in your life. And maybe you will pick up a passion. You'll say like, man, I want to play video games on my free time, but I also want to be an amazing artist too. And by the way, video game designers need artists.
This is one thing where I kind of disagree a little bit.
Okay.
Because he is using these other things like, oh, you can experiment in sports or this or reading or art or something, but all those things can also be very addicting. If that's your personality, that when you're in something you are all in, it's not gonna make a difference what you're doing.
He's not trying to say that like video games are evil. He's just not trying to say that if you're addicted to games it's evil. It's just saying that look at your life, take a look at yourself in the mirror. Do you have a vision, whether it be in the games industry or if it's somewhere else, right? But if you have nothing else, just maybe put it down for a second and find your path.
Create something so great, something that is so meaningful to you, something that gets your balls so tingling and juicy, okay, of excitement, that's it. Like, video games becomes absurd. Playing video games just becomes like, I don't even have time to play video games because I'm too busy doing this great thing. I'm too busy, you know, like fulfilling myself, actualizing myself in this world. And I'm so happy and I'm so excited, I'm so motivated.
So this is the ironic part about doing a gaming YouTube channel, is that I barely have time to actually play a lot of video games, because exactly what he said. And I'm so driven and I'm so focused to build a community in the gaming YouTube space that I barely have time to play video games. Like, I want to play video games, I do, but right now I'm so focused on building better videos, experimenting with thumbnails, getting to know SEO. And it makes me happy. It fulfills my life that I barely have time to play video games. So I understand where he's coming from. And that's the ironic part about gaming and YouTube, is that you're all about video games, but you're also passionate about growing your channel. And
he also has a point there where he said, like, once you find that vision, you won't even be thinking about video games.
So let's finish this out. Do you have any closing statements, Saeed?
It's like what I always say, cold is absence of heat, right? So once you bring heat, the cold goes away. Darkness is absence of light. So once you bring light, darkness goes away. And let's say the same thing, that video addiction or any form of addiction is simply the absence of a purpose, something that makes you excited, that gets you motivated, keeps you disciplined, and keeps you happy and focused in life. Okay? Same thing. You don't try to focus on just shutting out the addiction. the video game addiction. Instead, you focus on what's on the greater picture, the better thing here, and the addiction will go away on its own.
So I do want to clarify that medical, clinical definitions of addiction don't just go away when you find a purpose, right? These are a lot more complicated, but if we're just saying that you play video games too much, you have a gaming problem, I understand where he's coming from there. You need to find that purpose, right? And like I said, I kind of agree, sort of, where he says that an addiction or a problem is the absence of a purpose, and then once you find that purpose, it kind of goes away on its own. I semi-agree with that, but I think he's defining addiction in an easier light.
Also, something to add is that if you have an addictive personality,
right,
then quitting one addiction to throw yourself into another one might not be the way to solve it.
Yeah.
So don't give up an addiction to video games for an addiction to work.
So I think this is a fine video. He does have things to say. He wasn't as bad as some people who say that gaming addiction, it's bad for you, you're not going to go anywhere. He just says that, listen, it can be bad for you. Maybe drop it for a bit, find your vision, and then pick it back up again. I kind of agree with him there. So I think he had some good points. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think of his points? What do you think of our points? What do you think of that question I asked you before? How are video games helping you achieve your goals? I want to hear it down in the comments down below. So comment below. Want to hear from you. I'll be there. Let's have a discussion.
And don't forget to like and share the video if you enjoyed it. And it would be very much appreciated if you would subscribe and ring the bell to the channel.
See you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.